Hey beauties, today's video is going to be very different. I was in the middle of spinning the wheel for my next challenge and I just felt like the video was going to be dull. And I thought, why not use ChatGPT? And in fact, I wanted to use ChatGPT to give me ideas of what to put in the wheel. But then as I was typing, as you'll see, because I'm going to read it out loud, the idea just sparked like, why not just use ChatGPT picks my nails? So this is what I came ChatGPT with. I said, I feel like my spin the wheel app pick my nails videos are quite redundant. Please help me create a new fun one. Here's a template of the type of categories I'd like to add. And then I added six categories. The first one being nail shape, and I added the nail shapes in brackets so that it has an idea of what I'm talking about. Nail length, number of colors, then the colors. They actually pick the accessories and the finish. And then after that, I'm like, wait, in fact, you be the spin the wheel app for me instead of designing one. Use the above mentioned categories and add or remove any as necessary. Be my nail picker. And then, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Like immediately as I was typing that, I got so excited as I was typing it. So this is literally how I am with my friends. So this is literally how I am with my chat GPT. So the response was, "Ooh, I love this energy, Khanyi. We're making this the official ChatGPT Picks My Nails edition. Think of me as your virtual spin wheel. Totally unpredictable, totally creative, and always aesthetic. All right, let's spin the categories." And then ChatGPT picks my nails. Here are the ChatGPT Pick My Nails results. So the nail shape was almond, and in brackets, just to give me background of why the shape was chosen, it said it's sleek, it's elegant, and slightly soft at the tip. Perfect balance between fierce and feminine. Number two is nail length, which is medium tips, comfortable enough to wear daily, but still gives that sculpted look, which I love. Number three, number of colors is three. And in the colors, we have the first one being rose quartz pink, which is soft and romantic base. And then we have a milky white, which is clean and angelic contrast. And then we have a chrome silver for that subtle luxury pop, which I like. I would never think of this color combo. So this is something that I appreciate ChatGPT for doing for me, because remember the spin the wheel app that I would create myself would come from ideas that I had myself. So I like the fact that ChatGPT is thinking out of the box and it's helping me get out of my comfort zone. So this was one of the reasons why I got excited while I was writing that message. And then five, the accessories, tiny pearl clusters and hand-drawn white swirls. So pearl accents on two nails with flowy white swirls to tie the soft lamp theme together. Okay, very cute. And then six, the finish is a shiny top coat. And then the bonus twist, which is a new category, is the theme inspiration. So the theme inspiration for this nail set from ChatGPT is soft girl meets futuristic elegance. Think of early 2000s femininity, but she just stepped off the spaceship. I love this. I hope that I can deliver what ChatGPT had in store for me. In fact, I think I have an idea. After doing the nail set, I must upload a picture to ChatGPT so that it rates the nail set for me. So let's get to doing the nails. Okay, so now let's get into doing the nails. I already had some practice on my left hand. I'm going to be doing both hands, but I'm going to show you myself doing one hand. And this hand has length on it, and I've used nail forms for this, and I did these off camera, of course. I'm just a little worried because my almond shape on my left hand is a little too skinny, and I'm like, I'm not sure if that is going to work for this. So they might not match, but we'll see. Let's not jinx it. I am going to use this cover cool pink from Bling Girl to match the theme that ChatGPT chose for us. I wanted to use a darker pink, but I thought no. It said soft quartz pink. Is that what it said? I forgot. But anyway, so I'm gonna start with my pinky. I realized that it's easier when I start with my pinky, and actually instead of putting all the nail forms all together, just go nail by nail. So this is something I thought this is gonna be cool to do instead of using nail forms, also because we are doing medium nails. And if you know me, you know how much I hate to cut length from nail tips. Like I really don't like to cut nail length from nail tips. So I thought, let me just use nail forms instead. And some would consider my natural nails as medium. I think these are short. I'm gonna go all the way to the last L there, which is for large, but for me that is not large. So yeah, I think this is gonna be interesting, especially with the length that I have. I don't know if having the length is going to be easier to work with compared to not having length, because I don't have length on my right hand. This is going to be interesting because I'm not sure if the shapes are going to come out the same, seeing that I have length on this hand compared to the other hand. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but lately I've just been loving doing both my hands. I think ever since I did that green nail set that I saved, that first was a disaster. I just love doing both my hands. I just love it. A cohesive nail set is just something I feel like I need and I can afford to do right now, seeing that I do have a lot of pre-filmed videos, so I'm not forced to like do two different videos or two different nail sets so that I have two different videos to post. So I think that has bought me a lot of time and I really like it, because I did have a lot of videos that I did not post in 2025 because of life, I guess, and now I have a lot of wiggle room to work with. If I did not film for a video this coming week, I do have videos in the archives that I can post, which is good. I think it's easier to work with these nail forms when you have length, actually. I don't know if it's because I'm using my dominant hand with this one, but I think it's a little easier. And another thing I noticed is it's easier to encapsulate immediately after putting on the nail, because it's just something about clear acrylic that when it crystallizes, it's hard and it has strength compared to cover acrylics and color acrylics, you know. So I literally just encapsulate it immediately to speed up the drying process and also ensure that we have minimum bending as I work on my other nails. So that's one thing I also noticed when I was doing my non-dominant hand off camera. Ooh, I think I like the shape better. I think I like this shape. Working per nail works for me. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I think I might start loving nail forms, actually. I'm thinking of getting longer nail forms, just because nail forms are customized to your nail bed, and sometimes when you buy nail tips, and for a person who does her own nails, I feel like a lot of nail tips go to waste, seeing that after I use all the ones that fit me, I am left with a lot of nail tips that don't fit me, even when I try to customize them to work for me. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes you get nails that pinch you too much because they're too thin or too small, or they just too big. Even when you try to customize them, sometimes you overdo it, and then that's a waste of a nail tip. And it's a little hard to work with sizes that are not yours when it comes to nail tips. So I don't know if I'm gonna be a nail form girl, but I still have a lot of tips to work with. So I think that's me just expressing how I feel right now. So maybe in the future, when I'm out of nail tips, I'm gonna be a nail form girl. I don't know, we'll see. But it looks like there's potential here. I used to hate nail forms the very same way I used to hate acrylic, but look at me now. Anyway, I'm really excited about this nail set that ChatGPT has picked for me, because I feel like it will really get me out of my comfort zone, and I think I'm gonna do this a lot more than I used to do the spin the wheel apps that I had to input my own ideas in, because I keep saying I'm not as creative because I do a lot of recreations and stuff. So having AI pick my nail set, I think it's gonna force me to think out of the box and to use color combinations I never thought about in the past, and I'm just so excited for what's next, what's to come. Okay, so I have all the nails there, and as much as it's easier to use forms on long nails, I don't like how it looks underneath. Like all of that, the acrylic seeping under the nail, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to use a nail drill to file off that part, because I may risk thinning out my natural nail, and
I don't know if I want to do that, but I'll see. So let me just file these and hope for the best, because at this point, I don't know how I feel. I guess it's easier to use forms with short nails. I always thought it's easier to use these with long nails, but clearly not. Only because I had never used these on longer nails. But I don't think there's much to do there except just removing the sides, the spillage of the nails, and maybe just, smoothing up the top, because I feel like I did do quite a good job, if I do say so myself, on the application of these nails. Okay, so it is the following day. I am just going to use this base gel to apply on the nails that I'm going to knead it, which is my thumb and my index and pinky fingers, because I want to do nail art there, and it's important for me to have a smooth surface to work on. It is so peaceful. I am doing this in the morning and there's no one. People are at work, kids are in school. It's so quiet. It's so nice. I love the piece. I'm really enjoying this piece. It's not always practical for me to do my nails around this time, but we'll see. We'll work around that, because I like not having background noises, because I feel like most of my videos at this point have background noises of kids screaming or adults playing music in their cars, and it's just a mess. Okay, so I have the base gel cured, and I'm just gonna wipe the thumb with sanitizer and then also go over the top layer. After wiping with sanitizer, I wipe with this acetone so that I have like I want to say a really dry area. I've seen C's tutorial do this when she wanted to use chrome. So I'm gonna be using this Bling Girl number 1. Probably can't see it, and I'm gonna be using it as the base of the base that I'm gonna use to apply the chrome on. So I'm gonna draw this Frenchie and just extend the Frenchie like so. Just have a certain design and then fill that in. And then once I cure that, I'm going to use the sticky part, the sticky layer, or the inhibition layer of this gel to apply the chrome to the nail. Just something nice and abstract like that. Right, so we have that white cured there. I have my chrome right here. Make sure I open it so that I don't drop it by mistake. And I'm just going to use what's on the lid, which looks like it's more than enough, to apply onto my nail. And it looks like that alcohol and acetone wiping method does work, because look at how the powder isn't sticking to the pink part of my nail. Well, not entirely. It's having a hard time sticking to the pink part of the nail compared to the gel polish, which I love, 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 love. These chrome powders are, nail art products that I tend to avoid, because I don't particularly find them easy to use. But I'm just so glad for this challenge, because it's forcing me to get out of my comfort zone, like I said. And we have that. We still have some shimmery on my pink nail, so I am going to use some of that and just clean what I can. But it's not much of an issue, honestly. Okay, so while we have that there, I'm gonna go ahead and use this white. This is a milky white color. Okay, and I'm just gonna pour some of that there. Maybe, I think I'm running out of it. Maybe instead of pouring that out, maybe let me just use some from the brush. So I'm using the milky white because that's what ChatGPT requested, and I wanted to do a pink to milky white ombre. Then I remembered that ChatGPT spoke about white swirls, so I was like, okay, it's gonna be a little hard to see, but I'm gonna layer this white so you can tell that we do have swirls and they're just milky white. So to be honest, I had forgotten to do the ombre, the white ombre. I really did want to do the pink to white ombre, but when I forgot, it wasn't a big deal. It's not like it was a requirement from ChatGPT picking my nails, so I was like, okay, I can still make it work. Just use the milky white for the swirls that were requested instead. So I'm trying not to think too much about the swirls. The nail has so much length. I'm gonna have to wipe the pinky when I do the nail art there, but I'm just trying to keep it abstract, not look like I thought too much about the swirls. And there we have it. Okay, so we got the chrome part of the request out of the way. We got the swirls, the white swirls, nice and subtle, and now we're getting to the pearls. So I am going to do the pearls, and I'm thinking I should just go across. I'm gonna do a cluster of pearls. It did say cluster of pearls, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing, and I'm gonna start with this big one right in the center. Where did that fall into? This is why I don't do this on camera. If you know, you know. Can you just come out of there and behave? Just gonna take some of that gel, and I'm gonna just, do a cluster of pearls. I do have these creamy looking ones right here, but I want these white pearls instead. I think it goes well with the milky white, thanks to ChatGPT. I would say ChatGPT, but it's ChatGPT. It's just that when you say it fast, sometimes you just don't say it right. Anyway, I'm just gonna add some silver here and there because it specifically asked for, or it specifically mentioned pearl clusters, but it didn't really say white clusters, right? White pearl clusters. And because we have silver chrome as one of the colors that were requested, I just thought, why not add some of those silver pearls, flat back pearls into the mix, just to spice things up. I like the accent that they give to the nails, the silver pearls, I mean. All right, so there we have the nails looking like that. I'm going to use this top coat just to top coat everything. I am going to go over the pearls as well, because the first time I used the pearls, if you remember, I discovered that they actually do peel off. So just layer of protection with this top coat. I am going to cover the pearls as well, and I think this was like a quick set. I don't know if it feels quick because I did break up my sessions in two. Like, I did apply these last evening, and then I thought, let me do the nail art the following morning, which is today. So I don't know if that makes it feel like it was a quick one, or it was a quick one indeed, but it wasn't too hard, especially with the fact that I was doing both hands. But I think the break did help, so that's good. Okay, so there we have the nail set. I'm just gonna apply this She Glam blooming nails cuticle oil rather, from Shein, my favorite. Did I mention in one of the videos that I spilled this by mistake? But I feel like I've spilled almost every cuticle oil that is a bottle that opens up like this. I've literally tipped all of them over, so now they're at a safe level. Like, even when you tip it over, it doesn't spill out because it just lays in the crevices of the bottle. So I'm just like, ugh, maybe I shouldn't buy. You see, I almost spilled it over. Let me just close that. Maybe I shouldn't get cuticle oils like this. I should just stick to the cuticle oil pens instead, because child. So this is how the final product looks. Do you think I did ChatGPT good justice with this nail set? I also realized that my left hand is shorter than my right, only because my right had some length to it. I thought it wouldn't be a problem, but because I have skin that grows with the nail, I think that's why. Because when I put the nail foam underneath, it's not at the same level as my left hand, so that's why they're not the same length. But it's not a problem for me. So what do you guys think about these nails? Let me know what you think about this nail set in the comment section down below. Do you think I could have done something differently? If there is something different that I could have done, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you've watched this far, thank you for watching. Please leave a shell emoji in the comment section to let me know that you've watched all the way. I appreciate you for watching once again. Also, please subscribe so that you do not miss any of my upcoming videos, and I hope you stay tuned for my next video. Thanks for watching once again, and please hype this video. Bye.